And I'm Puerto Rican. My mom lived in Puerto Rico for 18 years before moving to America with my father and mi abuela. Mi abuela would always tell me stories of my mother's adventures, and he would always make pancakes and donuts for dinner.
Oh, my mom and I would cook plantains, except we usually use them to make teriyaki. Please wait until it's your turn to talk, Leia. Sorry, everyone. You may continue on.
Right, so as I was saying, I love plantains. I also love the heat of the day. It gets very...
Right. In the Philippines, it gets very hot. It gets so bad. It's swallowed up.
Thomas! May I see you and Leia privately, Mrs. Levine? Yes. So I understand that you two are very excited, talking about yourself, or being out of your rooms. But you have to be considerate about the other kids too. They've been waiting a long time to talk about themselves also.
No, Sandra, Thomas and I are really sorry. It's just that's all we've had to do lately. Sitting there day after day, getting shots of medication with our mom on our side.
Yeah, that's all we really have to learn and listen to.
Right, we promise.
We promise.
We understand.
Thank you. I'm gonna get back to the room. See you in there. Leia, Thomas, that was very rude.
Sorry, Mom.
Mom, we're sitting here all day and night just listening to you talk about who we are as people. Or sometimes we wonder what it's like to be a regular kid. You know, one that's not sick, maybe that can play outside, play like an instrument.
Listen, I know you both are very excited about telling their stories and repeating the stories that I have to hear and learning from their lessons. But did you ever think about the other kids? They might have stories that you might think from too. Be more considerate.
Yes, Mom.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing, Tyler. Yvonne, you're next.
Hello everyone, my name is Enid Hamza and I am British. My father is originally from Brisbane, England, but we moved here when I was little for my treatment. I actually like it better here than Brisbane. It would...
Oh yeah, it rains a lot in the Philippines too. Tyler proves himself pretty crazy. Leia!
Anyways, that's my story.
Thank you so much for sharing, Yvonne. Alex?
Hi guys, my name is Alex and I am Chinese American. So my mom came here to America when she was only 5 years old with her parents. And that's when she met my dad and then they fell in love. I guess you can say that.
That's so cool. My mom came here when she was 5 too. And then...
Okay, you know what, Thomas, Leia? Since you two are so eager to talk, how about you two share your stories?
Really?
Go ahead, we're all listening.
Sure. Sounds good.
Hey, finally.
Hi everyone, I'm Leia Louise and this is my brother Thomas Louise. We are both Filipino. This past week was actually pretty difficult for us because before this, we didn't really know who we were.
Yeah, our parents never really shared much of our culture, other than the food and our relatives. But after knowing them with countless questions, we finally sense who we are.
We identify us. Sino ako.
Yeah, that's why we're so eager to share.
So, as Thomas mentioned earlier, my mother left the Philippines when she was only 5. She lived in the island of Palawan, with the beautiful water, tasting fresh fruit, and the lovely sounds of steady drums.
Dad, on the other hand, came from the city of Cebu, which is pretty well known across the world, also as well known as our capital, Manila. Cebu is the main city on Cebu Island and is known as the Pinoy South. There are colors of culture, as well as fun and private experience.
Unfortunately, the trip for both of our parents wasn't so easy. Our grandparents had to go through a lot of conflicts to bring mom and dad.
Our little Diego and little Romeo served in the war, our little Arlena and little Cynthia served as nurses. The four of them coincidentally worked at the same time in the same place, making close friends.
Not even our own mother knows how they met, but apparently they fell in love soon after, and they were inseparable. Lola Diego loved Lola Marina, and the same with Lola Romeo and Lola Sophia. It was all too differently, also romantic.
Yes, too good to believe, too romantic to understand that all of this was happening under such hard times. This was a difficult time for each. On your shore, people were suffering, losing family members. It was awful.
But thankfully, through all of the hardship, the four lovers, both pairs, became happily married. Then upon this world came two beautiful babies, not so far apart in age we were born.
Those babies were our parents. Now, growing up for our parents wasn't so easy either. At very young ages, school was a privilege. Our parents worked very hard to put food on their parents' table. Then, the exciting time of college came around, and they felt very happy to bring the first ones in their families.
Our parents met at university. Mom was studying to be a nurse, while Dad was studying to be a technician. Coincidentally, being at the same place at the same time, Mom and Dad met.
After graduating and being in a relationship for, what was it, Mom? 7.5 years after that?
Hey, so long ago, I don't remember. It's probably 7 years.
Right. So then they had light out.
And then they had Thomas. And we were happy, but then everything.
Yeah, what is it? What's wrong?
Is everything all right, Leia? Leia!
No!
Leila, we shouldn't go be in the common area with the other children.
It's our fault, isn't it? Her and Dad is all the way across the country. In fact, when we moved here, Thomas and I had to separate from him because of his job in Ireland. He couldn't handle it all. With him leaving his job to come here in New Jersey and do this, I just feel so bad. And I miss him so much. As he told the other kids' families today,
Leia, this is Rosa Thomas's fault. I'll be back. He's just making more money for the both of you, make you healthier day by day. And you're becoming stronger and stronger every day. How do we get through this? Our hospital here is what?
St. Paul's Children's Hospital.
Right. Do you know who St. Gall was?
I don't know.
Well, you don't know a lot of things, Chase. But St. Gall is the patron saint of birds. See, our cemetery is the owl.
Okay.
And owls too. Here at our hospital, we know that many people suffer. We know that times can get tough on us. We know that sometimes we just wish to be somewhere else, or to be another time. That we all just want it to stop. And we all just want it to end. But we can't. We tell our patients to remember with their own individuality, creativity, and difference, that everything will be okay, and sooner or later, fly whoever their heart desires.
Remembering who they are. Like how Thomas and I are Filipino, and how we love our culture and our background, and all the lessons that we learn. And that Thomas and I are just human, and how we shouldn't let who we are change our future. There's so much for me to be proud of.
Thank you, doctor. Told you so.
I haven't seen her yet, Mrs. Louise. She has to be here somewhere. This is a hospital, not a circus.
I'm Captain Bishop get the door.
Not there either.
Where could she be? God is finally the moment. How can I be an only child? Mine.
Wait, where are you? Well, you see, I'm fine, but I talked to Dr. Gavin about my problems, and I'm fine. We started talking about a bird, we talked about pride, and everything. And I can understand. Oh, no. What I'm saying is that we should all be proud of who we are. That we shouldn't let any obstacles or setbacks get in our way. We need them in order to move on, fly, and grow. So, for example, will you please finish your presentation?
I don't see why not.
You ready?
Ready?
Filipino immigrants constitute one of the largest foreign-born groups in the United States. More than 100
By 1934, Filipino migration to the United States slowed dramatically due to both the Great Depression and the passing of the Tidings Pickup Act.
The act, which permitted the U.S. to grant Philippine independence by 1945, also placed unprecedented quotas on immigration from the islands to only 50 per year.
These different facts remind us all that culture has a very large background and story. No matter where we come from, we're all different with a story to tell.
With a time in our lives filled with such intolerance and prejudice, we must all remember that we can each make a difference. To love the easy and the hard times. To evolve and fly together.
Remembering